we were expecting to talk to Mike Gill today and get what he was going to talk about on the show, even though we knew it was just going to be him patting himself around on the back.
Right.
Right. So let's bring in Mike, and this is now, I think, 2 times this has happened to us, right, where we have just been completely taken for a left turn, expecting a right to come. Is that accurate?
No,
Is he there?
Just like you guys said about the Motley Crue dirt thing, I told you I was going to be at Parks on this Friday. I'm calling the fight. This isn't like a side fight. You knew this.
Yeah, but you could do the show from Parks.
Yeah, we do the show from Parks.
Yeah, and you have connection problems.
No, there's no connection
Come on.
problems. No, it's the mothership.
We've
There's
done-
no connection problems at the satellite places, much less the mothership.
Yeah, we've done stuff in Ben Salem for years, and I've never had one connection problem. Come on.
It's a great place to do a
Let's know
show.
how it is. We'll have to survey. I have a call at 4:00. I got a pre-production meeting at 4.
Oh, jeez. He's on Bluetooth, too.
Seriously, take the
Yeah, I
damn
mean,
thing
come
out
on.
of your ear.
Are you in sports radio for 15 years or what?
I'm not on Bluetooth.
Doesn't it sound like he was on
It
Bluetooth?
sounds like you're
phone. I have
talking
an
through your
Android.
dash. All right, what do you want, Cricket? Like, what service do you pay for?
Cricket. Get off my back, Harry!
Cricket was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Cricket.
What are you doing tonight? You're calling the fight? Now, this is Dave Schaller's thing.
Is this with
CM Punk.
CM Punk?
Yes, I'm calling the fights. The undercard starts at 7. The main card is on UFC Fight Pass at 9 o'clock, and it's at Park at the Excite Center.
That's a
awesome.
nice spot.
It is a really great spot. And Schaller does it right. This is you've called a couple of these fights, right?
This will be my 4th fight with CM Punk, and the first 3 were all in Atlantic City, Borgata, and 2 at the Hard Rock, and then this one's at Parks. They were out in Coachella last week, 2 weeks ago, but I couldn't get out there for that. So, the company's growing, and, tonight at Parks, Philadelphia, and I'm heading up there now.
So the Coachella, the music festival.
Yeah, out in outside of San Diego. They got a fight coming up in Seattle that I'm lobbying to call. It's like in a couple of weeks in Seattle, I think, but I don't know that I got that one yet. We'll see. They got a West Coast guy that does the West Coast fights, and I do the East Coast fights.
All right, so
Okay.
why don't you hire somebody to take them out?
Yeah, right?
See,
Punk
that's
is
like-
the star, man. He's the man.
That's like having back in the 70s when Don Tollefson was coming up, and he did the sidelines for the ABC college football games.
Okay.
But he would only do the West, anything West, Midwest or West, and then they had Jim Lampley
Step
do the
in, yeah.
East.
Yep.
And, like any ACC game, there'd be Jim Lampley on the sidelines. They split it up by the country. That's what they do with that thing too, huh, Mike?
Yeah,
Regional.
the guys, and Josh is familiar with the guy. He's an MMA guy, John Morgan. He does the call for the West Coast fights, and I do the call for the East Coast fights. And, it's
Okay. We got
good
a
stuff.
couple of odds things going on here, right? Time's short.
By the way, Scott Grayson is pairing up for the first 2 hours, and then Pete Thompson is playing from 4 to 5. And Pete Thompson has got news on the new Pete Thompson show that'll be coming to 97th.
Really?
You'll
Now,
have to listen in today because he's got details.
so between 4 and 5?
Is this a daily thing, a weekly thing? Is he going to be paired up with Jeff Mosher?
gotta listen.
Like, what's going on?
He's got the details tonight in the 5 o'clock hour. He's got the details.
Well, you
Oh,
said he's only
man.
going to be there from 4 to 5.
No, from 5 to 6. I'm sorry.
5 to 6, okay.
So he's
All
there for the final hour. All right.
Yep, so that he can talk about his new show.
People want to know on the text board, and I've already set the over-under at 5.5. How many times you will mention to CM Punk tonight, either on or off the air, that you had the Raptors way back when?
Punk is a huge hockey fan. I don't think he gives 2 rats about the NBA.
Is that
But
right?
I made
Well,
sure-
it's
yeah,
you
he don't
patting
care about
yourself on the
basketball.
back.
He's a huge Blackhawks fan, but I don't know. Look, yes, I picked the Raptors back in October.
What's happening with this
man.
phone, man?
Now he's got a bad phone.
Seriously.
This is a cricket phone.
This is a terrible decision. Tara, we should have gone Phil Barber.
Started.
I told you we should have gone Phil Barber.
You
Phil
were right.
Barber was ready.
You were
all
right.
All right, that's all I wanted.
You
now
were right.
I'm not going to push it any further.
No, you were
all
right.
We swapped out skinny_post for you, and this is what we get. We can barely even hear you.
No, he just didn't answer your call.
Well, yeah, but then he got back. He felt really bad. You don't feel bad. There's no remorse in your voice. You're on a phone that can barely connect
Well,
with
guess
us.
what?
There's no remorse.
You talk for 4 hours a day, and when you say something right, nobody ever remembers it. They only tell you when you're wrong.
Well, stop saying wrong stuff, and don't give him any room. Be honest.
It doesn't happen
Today is a day where you're missing being on the air because you would have let everybody know for 4 hours that you had the Raptors. Just
I've
be
been doing
honest.
that the last 2 weeks. I'm kind of happy that I'm off today.
There you go. Enjoy it, man.
All right, man. Have a good call.
Yeah, by the
Where
way,
can
you
everybody
and Scott
see this?
Grayson are coworkers now. You and Grayson are working together. How about that?
Well, he's on the payroll. I'm not technically. That's a deeper conversation to have. Yes. Congrats to Scott. And
Yeah.
tell everybody to see the fight before you get cut off.
All right. I'll talk to you guys next week.
What is going on?
Oh, my God.
That's it. I'm out of this I've had it with
I'm
the
done.
crossover.
I'm
All right.
done.
He might have just ended it right
This
there.
show couldn't have started and ended any worse. You know what I'm saying?